Following a concerted propaganda efforts against Iran by the U.S. government and its stooges in the corporate fake stream media directed against Iran in what clearly appeared to be preparations for yet another war effort against the country, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo actually then threatened Iran. That's right, the U.S. threatened Iran. What a surprise. That's right, on December 11th, Mike Pompeo announced that the U.S. had added more sanctions against Iran. In a tweet, he said, "Today we sanction 3 Iranian companies for their role in Iran's weapons of mass destruction program. Iran must prioritize its people's needs instead of squandering their resources to export terror. We support the Iranian people as they demand this," which is an absolute, complete, utter lie. He does not support the Iranian people. The U.S. does not support the Iranian people, or they wouldn't be sanctioning Iran, which sanctions are starving these very same people, admittedly, by the likes of Rudy Giuliani, who said, "The sanctions are working. We see signs of people starving. These are the conditions that lead to revolution." And that's what we want. We want the people to revolt in order to make it easier for us to institute our regime change efforts, which we have been waging for many, many years. Besides this, it is absolutely ridiculous to claim that they're sanctioning 3 companies for a role in a weapons of mass destruction program that doesn't even exist. That's right, Iran is not seeking nuclear weapons. They have no WMD program whatsoever. It's been verified by UN investigators. But never mind, the U.S., that country that has thousands of nukes, the biggest nuclear superpower in the world, yeah, we're threatening a country. And not just threatening them, we're sanctioning them for their role in a program that doesn't even exist. Well, we have who knows how many of the exact same programs. We actually have nukes. We've actually used nukes, dropped them twice, verified. The absolute absurdity and hypocrisy of it is beyond believable. On to the threat. 2 days later, December 13th, Mike Pompeo tweets, "We strongly condemn the Iranian proxy attack that wounded 5 Iraqi soldiers near the Baghdad airport this week," he said, referring to the latest such attack against the Baghdad military bases that house U.S. troops. "To Iran's leaders," he continues, "the U.S. will respond decisively if Iran or its proxies harm U.S. personnel or our Iraqi partners," which is exactly what they claim just happened. Iranian proxy attack that wounded our Iraqi partners. 5 of them. Well, they're not really our partners. They've been begging us to leave the country, to get out. They've been demanding it. We just don't listen, and then we claim they're our partners. And it's pretty ridiculous to claim that Iran would continually attack its own ally, Iraq, but that's what they claim they've been doing over and over and over again. This is something like the dozen times this has happened. Doesn't matter that the very first attack months ago, the Iraqi soldiers at the base where it allegedly happened verified there was no such attack. Nope, doesn't matter. We should believe that all of them, not only Iran did it, but we have to believe they even happened. Who knows how many of these attacks are complete fabrications? No idea, but we know at least one of them was. And speaking of the Iraqi government being export of terror, isn't the U.S. and its allies, Israel, Saudi Arabia, aren't we the biggest exports of terror in the region? Just look at ISIS and Al-Qaeda in Syria and the havoc they've been wreaking on the Syrian people for 8 years now. Just more U.S. hypocrisy, but it's nothing new, and it's not to be unexpected, and probably gonna happen again. The fact that 10 days later no decisive response has yet taken place is surely evidence that the U.S. has no evidence that the Iranian proxies even carried out this attack. Why would they use rockets? It makes no sense. They have highly sophisticated missiles. They keep claiming that Iran keeps using rockets that you can't really aim. They have no guidance, but that's what happens. Iran and its proxies in Iraq keep using these unguided rockets. They have access to, highly sophisticated guided missiles, They've been supposedly supplying the Iraqi proxies with these missiles, hiding them all over the country. That's why it poses such a threat to U.S. personnel. That's what they've been claiming in their latest propaganda efforts. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever that these proxies who have access to these highly sophisticated missiles that we've been going on and on about, such a big threat, why wouldn't they use them? None of this story adds up. But that's not very surprising. That's what the U.S. and its allies do best. And, well, they're not really doing it that great anymore. Pretty much the whole world can see right through the lies, right through the hypocrisy. And, well, despite apparently having failed yet again in yet another effort to provoke Iran into a war, it looks like they're going to have to keep trying and trying if they're ever going to succeed. And they will. They'll keep trying. They'll try. They won't just keep trying. They'll do it until they make sure that it happens. They haven't been doing this for over 20 years, since before 9/11, for nothing. That's right. Plans to topple the Iranian government aren't anything new. They've been ongoing since before 9/11. We can only hope they continue to fail miserably.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran.